Hello and welcome to the Best Business Podcast with me, Rosie Holt. This podcast is for ambitious founders who are ready to stop getting in their own way and start building a business that's profitable, successful, and fun. Because nobody gets to their deathbed wishing they replied to more emails. So if you're ready to stop chasing shiny objects and start focusing on what actually works for you, you're in the right place. Let's get into this week's episode and start building your best business. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Best Business Podcast with me, Rosie Holt. When people hire me, when people start working with me, they think we're going to talk about marketing or sales or strategy. And yeah, we do. Usually when I start working with people, I discover that the real problem isn't strategy at all. It's what's happening between their ears. Because most business owners aren't struggling because they don't know enough. We have information at our fingertips. We've got 24-hour news cycles. We've got screeds and screeds of information. We are doom scrolling however many kilometers a day. Information we have in droves. What they're struggling with is their mindset, and it's sabotaging their actions or their belief that they can take action. Today, I want to share the 5 mindset traps that I hear more than anything else. And I'm not saying I'm exempt. I've absolutely fallen into these traps before. So I would love to know if any of these resonate. Mindset trap number 1. This is the all or nothing mentality. And I see it all the time. It's the belief that if you can't do everything, you do nothing. You don't have time to post on socials 5 days a week, post nothing. Miss the gym 1 day a week, stop going entirely. Can't dedicate an entire day to a project, avoid altogether. The problem is business isn't built in heroic, monumental efforts. It's built through consistency. And most successful business owners aren't doing really, really well because they're doing more. They're succeeding and doing really well because they're showing up more frequently, often with less intensity. They're giving themselves the time and space because they know they're going to have different energy levels on different days, depending how many meetings they've got, how many client pitches they've got, how much work they've got to do. So they know that if they show up and just do one thing, send one email, send one pitch, attend one networking event, they know that those key events are going to compound. Over time, they're going to start to reap the benefits. And there's an analogy I use with clients all the time. It's that the more seeds we scatter, the more flowers will grow. So I want you to walk away with this knowledge that you don't need to scatter 100 seeds every single day. You're going to burn yourself out. What I want you to do is understand how much time and energy you have on different days. Some days you'll be scattering 1 seed, some days you'll be scattering 5, some days you'll be scattering 50. But if you look at it over time, you'll see the number of seeds scattered grow dramatically. But this all or nothing mindset makes us go, if I can't scatter 50 seeds a day, I'm going to scatter none. I would love to know what all or nothing mindset gets in your day. What is your mind or your brain stopping you doing because you can't do it perfectly, because you can't do it with the intensity that you believe you need in order to be successful? Done is always better than perfect. Mindset trap number 2. Now, this is the 2-hour rule. And this is a real goodie. Most business owners behave as though they have unlimited time. You don't. I don't. None of us do. So whenever I feel overwhelmed, I ask myself, if I only had 2 hours to work today, what would I focus on? Suddenly, my to-do list shrinks. All the things I've scheduled become less important. Some tasks I realize can wait. Some tasks I realize don't need to exist at all. And the question becomes not, what do I have time for? The question turns into, what matters the most? And how am I prioritizing my time and my energy? Often when we have an entire day to do work, we will faff around on socials, or we'll tweak a presentation that we haven't sent out yet, or we'll do some edits to our website, or we'll consider a rebrand. And if you think about all of those things that I've just listed, none of them are going to directly result in a new client, more work, a new retainer, higher revenue. They're all just faffy little tasks. They're all nice little things that we can play around with, but they're not going to get us any further. They're not going to get us those 10K months, more revenue, greater clients. So when you're looking at your day, I want you to consider, what have you prioritized? What is actually in your day? What is going to move the dial? What is going to get you closer to that end goal that you've set yourself? And then ask yourself, what would I keep? What would I remove? And what can I do first? This will start to tell you where your focus should be and what is stealing your focus. I want you to remember that our to-do list never ends. We keep adding to it. So if you utilize the 2-hour rule, would you still keep your to-do list or would you biff it in the bin? Mindset trap number 3, letting feelings become facts. I see this happen with almost everyone I speak to. You know, that feeling, we get really overwhelmed, we have a lot going on. So we tell ourselves, oh my gosh, my business is so overwhelming. I feel really behind. And then we tell ourselves, everyone's doing so well. Everyone's getting really ahead of me. And then we start to feel really uncertain. Then we decide with no data, I must be doing something wrong. But feelings are not facts. And we're just making up this fiction, which doesn't help. In fact, it does the opposite. It impedes our progress. And if you aren't careful, those feelings become our thoughts. And then those thoughts become actions. And those actions become the results. And those results that we got because we felt we were overwhelmed, because we felt everyone was ahead of us, those results become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And suddenly you've built an entire reality around something that was never actually true. This is how I see it playing out. Someone will say, I'm really overwhelmed. And then they'll think, I don't have time to do everything. And then the action that comes after that is because they feel overwhelmed, they don't have time to do everything, they do nothing and completely avoid doing anything of any real meaning. And then the result, no new leads, no new clients, no new business. And then it becomes true. And then that cycle continues. And then we go, well, I didn't get any new clients. So, oh yes, I am really overwhelmed now because I have new clients. It becomes this whole negative cycle. Next time you start to think, I feel really overwhelmed or I'm feeling really behind, stop, take a breath, pause and ask yourself, is this fact or is this fiction? Because often we just need to take a breath, take a moment and assess the facts. What are the facts behind why you feel overwhelmed? Have you got a deadline coming up? Has a client asked for something that you haven't been able to provide yet? Write them down. Often we live in our heads, and as soon as we start to write down the facts, it becomes really easy to solve the problem. If you are feeling overwhelmed, take a moment, take a breath, and ask yourself, is it fact or is it fiction? Mindset trap number 4, waiting to feel confident before we do anything. This is a sneaky little bugger. A lot of people think that confidence comes before action. We're miraculously going to feel confident in starting a business or implementing a new strategy or approaching clients or hosting events or starting a podcast. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence, as you probably are aware, comes after we've done something, after we've taken action. Every single client who confidently charges higher prices today once felt terrified at the thought of increasing their prices. Every successful speaker was once nervous getting on stage talking in front of a crowd. Every business owner was once a beginner. They had a day one as well. Confidence isn't a prerequisite. It's a byproduct of doing the thing, of feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because we all have to wade through the river of misery as we learn to do something, as we become more confident in what we're doing. As we gain new skills, doing the thing over and over and over again, you don't become confident and then do the thing. It's this perception that gets us caught in the trap. I'll just learn this. I'll feel confident as soon as. I'll do some more research. Then a month goes by, 6 months, 12 months, and all of a sudden another year has gone by and you still haven't taken a step forward. So I use the analogy with clients. We don't learn to swim by looking at water. So this is your opportunity to dive in at the deep end and learn to swim because confidence will soon come. You're an adult. You can figure it out always. Mindset trap number 5. So the 5th and final mindset trap, believing that success lies somewhere else. And this is something I see a lot with people and the shiny object syndrome. It's that constant search for the next shiny fun thing. It's searching for that next tactic or that next shiny strategy or the next viral opportunity or the next perfect funnel or the next webinar that's going to teach me the perfect AI hack for creating more content. You get the picture. The assumption is once I find this right thing, once I uncover this perfect shiny object, everything will work in my business. Everything will suddenly become clear. But for a lot of people, the solution doesn't lie in this new shiny thing. The solution lies in doing the thing they already have in their toolkit. Success is rarely hiding in the next shiny thing. It's usually hiding in the thing that you've abandoned before you've given it a chance to grow and develop. And no, the fundamentals of business aren't sexy, but they work. So I want to ask you, what did you stop doing because you felt it wasn't working? And why did you stop? How long after you started implementing it did you stop? And did you stop because it wasn't working? Or did you stop because you weren't doing it enough or doing it consistently enough? Because often we have the right tools already, but they're just no longer fun. We discard them. We decide that this is no longer new and exciting and shiny and bright. I'm going to discard it for my newest business toy, so to speak. What do I know I should be doing? And why am I not doing it? I want you to ask yourself this question. What have I done in the past that has gotten me where I want to go? And why did I stop doing it? If we stop doing it because it stopped working, there is either an opportunity to pivot and do something else, or there's an opportunity to iterate. because it might not be broken completely. It might just need some tweaking. It might be that your copy needs amending or your platform needs changing. Often we don't need to start again and search for a new shiny thing. If you take nothing else from today's episode, remember this: the goal isn't perfection. The goal isn't to have everything figured out. The goal is to make a good next decision, because business growth isn't built from giant leaps. It's built from hundreds of tiny decisions made consistently over a period of time. So this week, I want you to identify one thing, not 10, not 20, just one. What's the most important thing you can do between now and next week's episode that can move your business forward? And go do it. And then do it again and again and again. You get the picture, because progress beats perfection every single time. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love for you to take 30 seconds and leave a review. It helps more business owners find the podcast and helps me know what really resonates, so I can keep bringing you the best content. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, come say hi on Instagram. You'll find me at rosie.coaches. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. Now, close the podcast app, stop overthinking, and go build your best business.